This is Jimmy.
Nuclear launch detected.
Right on.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Sharp and Soma in a TVZ here on Dominator. Top side, it is Sharp. Bottom side, it is Soma. Sharp, ASL finalist. Soma, incredibly elite Zerg player on a 3-player map. I like 3-player maps. They have weird angles of attack. They lead to extremely good games, and that is why I like Dominator, except for this feature right here. Whose idea was it to have a mineral base on low ground? If it's a low ground base, you need to have gas because there is such a risk of tanks and lurkers and hydras setting up there and attacking your low ground base, and it's hard to defend. And other than that, I do like this map. So, Steve the SCV building a supply depot, walling off at the natural base here. And this is going to be a Patreon cast at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. For those of you who support me over there, for at least tier 1, which is $1 a month. If you're watching this the week of August the 15th, thanks for supporting me out on Patreon in 2025. It is very, very easy to do. And if you want to support me other places, you can as well. Just ask. And if you're watching this in, I don't know, September 2025, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, man. I am here 6 times a week with StarCraft Brood War content. I am streaming live on this channel with StarCraft content and also some Diablo 2 Resurrected, which is fairly popular with the fan base. So who knew? I felt like there was a lot of overlap between the Diablo and StarCraft fan bases, and I did not know how much, but wow, it's a good time. So, we got ourselves a hatch first here from Soma, a very standard barracks wall-off here from our guy Sharp. You can expand, you can do 2 racks in case it's a 3-hatch before pool, but no, it's not a 3-hatch before pool because the pool is coming down now, and then an extractor, and both players are blind to what's going on the other side of the map. This overlord, Terry, says... That's right, Terry. There is no Terran there, but that's A-okay. You don't like getting shot, do you? And Steve the SCV says, hey, look, it's going to be a hatch first. All right, let's go ahead and expand here. Oh, maybe canceling that supply depot? I guess he does need supply, but... yeah, make sure the drone's gone. 400 minerals, and then bam, expand. Excellent job there. The drone basically knows that you expanded, but he doesn't know for sure. So again, if you can create doubt in your opponent's mind, you are well on your way to winning the game, especially in StarCraft or any other competitive game, right? Like chess, like, oh, I don't know, League of Legends. What else can you do by creating doubt in your opponent's mind? Basketball. Football, whatever football you're talking about. Fast NG Bay for a +1 attack coming in from our guy Sharp. He knows how to handle Zergs. You get those upgrades for those Marines. You get out there fast. You get them before they get into Lurkers and Dark Swarm, and before they have Plague out, and they have a really bad time. But, as we all know, everything flips on its head once those Defilers get out and the upgrades start coming. So let's be curious together to see what Sharp's going to do here. This is a highly recommended replay from RJB. Be sure to check him out. I believe he's on a bit of a hiatus with his channel. That's okay. He's still sending me amazing replays, still has good relationships with the players, still keeps us updated on who's qualifying for ASL, what's going on in those pro leagues, and whatnot. So, layer finishing up. This feels all the world like a Spire, doesn't it, guys? There is no indication, bam, that Sharp knows what's going on, but the Spire's coming in, right? He saw the layer timing. He felt the same thing that I did. So both players have general concepts of what's going on the other side of the map, north and south, but they just don't know for sure at this stage. So these Lings are here to see, is there a Vulture that comes out? Or are we going to deal with a bunch of Marines? Is there some kind of an SCV, second scout? Either way, we want to know about it. We want to poke in, check that Marine count. It's going to be 3 with the barracks flashing. So it's going to be 4 Marines, which indicates it's probably not going to be mech. At least not right now. We can mech transition. We definitely can be doing that. But it's not something that is necessarily on Sharp's mind right now. What with the upgrade for the stim, with the +1 attack for the Marines, could be a +1 timing attack, which would be pretty rad. But, you know, the Spire keeps coming in hot and heavy, about halfway complete here. Second gas is now running. For our guy Soma, it's going to be a lot of mutas. It's going to be at least 7 or 8. Probably closer to a full stack. And probably a +1 attack here too. Soma is one of the guys that loves his mutas. Third base coming in on the right side here at the... This is the interesting third base location for the right side bottom spawn. He's going here instead of going for, you know, the main or the natural of that bottom right side spawn. Intriguing. Let's see if that works out for him. I mean, it is ramps you can defend, which is better than just, you know, flat ground. So maybe that's what he's into here. Racks, and racks, man. Let's go. Racks. 3 racks coming in at 5.5 minutes. Are you getting 3 racks at 5.5 minutes? You should play like Sharp. Scans the natural. Doesn't see anything interesting there. Doesn't see any lurkers. No hydras, right? That would tell you it's probably going to be some kind of a hydra bust. But no hydras gathering at the natural base at all. +1 flyer attack. Yes. A lot of mutalisks. Also, yes. Mutas come in. I just watched a video by a guy who went through the Brood War campaign following Prima's strategy guide, published in 1998 when StarCraft came out, which is always it's a really funny idea. Anyway, mutas come in. The Lings want to engage. No, the Lings are not really wanting to go in there. There's too many Marines. There's a bunker. There are medics. They don't have upgrades. There's 0 little guys. They're not that strong. But yeah, it was pretty fun because he's like, I'm going to follow the Prima strategy guide for each mission and do exactly what it tells me to do. And we'll see how this works out. Yeah, just very funny. Like, the Prima strategy guide has been a meme in StarCraft forever because, like, nobody knew how to play StarCraft in 1998 when it came out compared to, especially today, or even compared to, like, 5 or 6 years later. People are like, these strategies make no sense. Like, why did you tell the player to make 8 cannons right here? That's dumb. That's way too many cannons. That hurts their economy. But, I don't know. They didn't really know how this worked back in 1998, 1997 when they were writing this thing, right? They just wanted to get a strategy guide out in conjunction with the game release, and they probably could have waited a couple years, but they wanted to, you know, strike while the iron was hot. I understand that. Anyway, is someone going all mutalisks here? No. He has a Hydrodan coming in over here at the secret third base, which I'm not sure that Sharp knows about. His turret placements are great, though. These mutas keep flying in like they like getting shot in the head. Yeah, I don't know if these mutas have gotten very much damage done at all. I mean, they're willing to fight out here. Like I said, full stack is present. Got him. +1 attack is finishing up here soon, and so these guys will be... I think we're probably leaving that guy out of it. No, he swapped out the wrong muta. He left a healthy muta out there. There we go. Now he swaps out the injured one. That's funny, dude. He's like, come on, +1 attack. I know you're there. Lurker aspect on the way. Queen's Nest on the way. Marines getting a mutalisk. That's a decent thing. What is this drone? What is that drone doing out here? Oh, Overlord gets killed as well. Supply block on Soma. Queen's Nest at the third, which again, I'm not sure that Sharp has vision of. Not aware. Finally, +1 attack finishes. Finally, +1 attack finishes. And he thinks he's got it. Soma decides to jump on in. Reinforcing Marines come in, though. This can make it really, really dicey, but he's able to just barely clear out every single Marine and every single medic, completely turning the tide in this game. Shuts down the attack of Sharp, buys time for his hive to finish, which is on the way. And yes, there are mutalisks left. Not that many of them, but that +1 attack came in massive, massive handy. SCV comes in and says, hey, are you getting a hive? Bam, bam, bam. Nope, you're not going to see that. You're not allowed to see if there's a hive or not, little guy. Sorry, Steve, your face is still on merch at falconpaladin.store, though, which is nice. Double starport for double engineering base. Double science vessels, science facility for science vessels as well. And yeah, lurkers coming in. Gonna get that Defiler Mound fairly soon. Hive is not a fast upgrade, but it can feel pretty quick if you are playing Terran. If you're like, what? He already has a Hive. He has a kill zone supply depot to make enough room to get out of here. Doesn't supply block him because, you know, he's on top of that stuff. He's making a new supply depot anyway, even though he is relatively close. So I don't know if we're going to get more mutalisks. I think we're probably saving gas for Defilers, probably saving gas for Adrenal. As another scan comes in, but once again, he just keeps scanning this. He's like, do you have any Sunkens or any lurkers here at all? No. But there's maybe a lurker trap. Maybe. Soma's thinking about a lurker trap here. Based on these angles. Maybe he just wants to, like, get up here, burrow inside that mineral line, and go to town. Or right here is good, too. I don't know about engaging here, Sharp. He decides he's going for it, though. Does a pretty good split with his Marines, but 3 of the lurkers remained. 3 kills onto those 2 and 1 onto that guy. They're like, 3 lurkers probably isn't enough, especially with Irradiate finishing up right now. There we go. Defiler Mound done. Adrenal not happening. That's okay. We can prioritize Defilers and consume if we need to. Continues to scan over here. Sees a Nidus Canal, says, oh, all right. So you definitely have a hive now. The question is, do you have Dark Swarm yet? Yes. The question is also, do you have Consume yet? That's the one that matters. So he sees Nidus, sees Lurkers, sees Sunkens. Gonna irradiate these 2 lurkers. There's a 3rd one. That catches an irradiate. So one of the lurkers is gonna survive here. Trying to buy time for a Sunken to come up at the front. It seems like pretty nice too. Now, are we gonna see drop shifts? Because in this situation, suddenly, these lurkers on the back side. Oh gosh, kind of standing on the spines, but also taking them down with the stim with the +1/+1. A little bit of more survivability there. It's a very dangerous attack. Here from Sharp, we've got the Scourge. Trying to keep those science vessels away. If you keep the science vessels away, nobody can detect your lurkers. Further upgrades coming in. Hydra's working on a Carapace and an attack upgrade. No sign of Adrenal for the Lings, but I mean, there's only a couple Lings out. There's the Dark Swarm lurker, and now everything is looking all sorts of terrible. Good pullback on that Scourge. Don't want to lose them for nothing. They're not free. They do cost gas. And gas is a resource Zerg players need a lot of to compete in the later stages of a TVZ. That's exactly what's happening here. Sharp coming down the right side. But there's Dark Swarm Lurker here too. He's trying to check for a 4th base. Doesn't see it. He is willing and ready to deal with these Lurkers outside of Dark Swarm. Just impressive. Impressive concaves and splits on his Marines to get that done. No base here either. He's like, okay, feeling good. I'm making a 3rd base. The Zerg player's 4th base does not exist currently. Scans out, catches a Defiler with an Irradiate, gets a Dark Swarm down. I mean, might as well get another Dark Swarm down. Or just explode. That's fine too. You can totally do that, man. Is Plague on the way? No, I don't see any Plague in the production tab. No, it is actually, I'm a liar. Plague is on the way, everyone. Terran fans are like, whew, thank goodness. And I'm like, Plague's here. Like, you fooled us. We have been tricked and bamboozled. Titan Reactor coming in. Scourge. No! Shut down there. Trying to maybe get in here. A couple of Fire Bats in case the Dark Swarm arises, and it does. I don't know if he wants to go in there. He is attacking stuff inside Dark Swarm. The Firebat charges in there, gets wiped out immediately. Firebat charges in there, almost gets wiped out immediately. Yeah, I don't know. With the Lurkers in there, it's just really, really tough for a couple Firebats to do much. Another, is it Hydra meta? He's working on Hydra upgrades now, but getting Hydra speed at 13 minutes seems like a dicey proposition. I don't know, man. I think Soma's in trouble. This is a 3-basing Terran with a ton of Irradiates, with a bunch of Marines. They've got +2 attack and +1 armor. They're working on +3. The Terran is working on Adrenal now. Okay, so now I feel better about it, because if you're getting Adrenal, then I feel better about your position going against an SK Terran, especially, but even against a Meching Terran, Adrenal is going to be a good upgrade. So let's go Soma. Let's use those little cracklings to your advantage. Maybe drop some inside the main base over here. That would be so good. More scanning. Not seeing much. So he scans again. And again, doesn't really find much. Finds a Zergling out on the map. It's got a Carapace upgrade. Working on a +1 attack and that crackling style. Maybe this base, he does escort the drone down here. So maybe this can be a 4th base for him. But Dude, I don't know. It's 136 to 95 supply for the Terran. The Hydra meta is so reliant on Dark Swarms. Where are they? There's a big Irradiate. 2 Irradiates in the pile of Hydras. He doesn't burrow the Hydras or get them out of there. Is that one? No, he Lurker Eggs that one. Okay, that's another option you've got. Science Vessel taking hits from Hydras. Hold positioning inside the orange cloud. But, dude, the 4th hatchery is going to get canceled. He does. He cancels it. That's huge. That's huge. Sharp is in a great position here. He's not even going for drops. Oh, not a supply block, but any Overlord that dies at 15 minutes is going to hurt you. Maybe not as bad as losing one at like 8 minutes, but still. Soma, economically, I don't think he can hope to keep up here. I appreciate that he's got Plague and he's got Dark Swarm, but the Irradiates are flowing. I don't think a single Science Vessel has died today. I'm like trying to jinx it as hard as I can here. Come on, get a Science Vessel. Lings have Adrenal. Lings have that +1/+1. You might want to engage here. Dude, someone's consistently turning his Irradiated Hydras into Lurkers today. Oh, Science Vessel does get picked off. Dark Swarm comes up. Hydras retreat. Ooh, a couple of those got outside the Dark Swarm there. Marines standing over. Science Vessel taking some hits. There are Hydras inside that orange cloud. Be careful, Science Vessel Commander. And it is drops. He's going for a drop inside the main. Just kidding. We're juking around. There's a counterattack of Cracklings with a single Lurker, which is irradiated. Firebat inside the bunker going to help against these Lings so much. They're jumping on top of the command center. Can they get it? The drop decides to go back in to the main, though. And unloading on top of Cracklings. Firebats inside your mineral line. This attack does not get cleaned up. Firebats barely save the command center with 200 hit points. It is burning. Firebats again down here inside the main base, trying to just see what they can do. Marines inside the Dark Swarm, being benefited immensely by said Dark Swarm. Dark Swarm giveth, and sometimes they take it away. And no, Soma GG's out at 16 minutes. What? He's like, well, I've got Marines inside my mineral line. They're Dark Swarmed up. Oops, that was my mistake. 4 Marines inside Dark Swarm. There are no Lings to jump in there. It is Hydras all around to try to defend it. They can't do jack against these Marines. They have been bamboozled. They've been... Look at this. Look at this. Look at this Hydra count. And not one of them can do anything about the 4 Marines inside this mineral line. He didn't kill this base. If he'd killed this command center, he'd probably maybe try to keep going. But as it stands, he's a 3-basing Zerg versus a 3-basing Terran. 56 SCVs back there from Sharp. And if he can't clear out these Marines, he's going to lose the Spire. He's going to lose the Hive. These guys have +3 attack and Stim and Medic supporting them. I mean, this guy's outside of the Dark Swarm technically, but he could just kind of walk around real quick and jump in there if he wanted. Way to go, Sharp, man. I loved it. And what do I always say? The drops. Once the Dark Swarm and the Plague are out, if you're SK Terraning, you got to drop, man. Either that or have 16 Science Vessels irradiating every single thing that your opponent is throwing at you, which apparently only Flash has the APM for. So that's fun. But at the end of the day, what do we got? 4 Marines inside a mineral line. Dark Swarming, that was probably the worst move that Soma could have done. Did he assume he had some Lings in the general area? Maybe he did. He did give them Adrenal, but he sent all the Lings out here, I think. Incredible stuff. And then, yeah, no base over there, no base over there. The Mutas didn't really get as much economic damage done as they needed to. In fact, I thought they got maybe none, almost no damage done economically, which is never a good experience if you're opening with Mutas, especially that many, especially with a +1. So, good game, man. Hydra meta, and Sharp just like, let's try to end this with a drop. You got some good irradiates off, too. I mean, some of the irradiates, the Hydras weren't burrowing properly from Soma, which is not ideal, but really, this is the only counter damage that Soma is able to get the entire game, and it simply was not enough. My goodness. Fantastic. Like, really, 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 really fantastic showing there from Sharp. Getting the win, expanding over here, too. And just good map vision. Checking here, checking here. Got a couple dropships, you know, scouting while they fly around. There's no way for Soma to sneak a base on him or anything. So, shoot. GG. Just an absolutely great game from Sharp, getting the win. End of the day, 918,000 or 91,000, sorry, to 81,000 points. It's not a super long macro game, but a fun one nevertheless. The units produced is very similar. 257 to 252 is about as close as you can get. The killed is a little bit more from the Zerg, but structures raised. 0 is crazy on both sides, and then the spend here is it's an outspend, but only by about 1,200 resources. Ice water at the end of a match is always refreshing. Yeah, not that many resources. Fantastic. Just one of the better games you're gonna see from our guy Sharp, and it shows why he was an ASL finalist a couple ASLs ago. Was it 19 or 18 he was an ASL finalist? Gotta try to remember that, but anyway, recently the man has been at the top of the mountain. He's lost to Sulky, but come on, who hasn't lost to Sulky? Raise your hand if you've never been beat by Sulky. Raise his hand. That's because you've never played Sulky. Stop being pedantic. Anyway. All right, GG. That's going to be it for me today. What a fun Patreon game. Good win from Sharp. Every Terran fan is very happy about this one, and, you know, they should be. So, go ahead and check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.